In this video, we will discuss the events surrounding South Korea's emergency situation, why it ended so abruptly, and its overall impact. First, let's consider the global perspective. Currently, media outlets around the world are emphasizing December 3rd, 2024 as a date South Korea will not soon forget. The reason is clear. On this day, South Korea's president attempted to declare himself a dictator. He unexpectedly announced that every other political party in South Korea, essentially all opposition parties, had been influenced by North Korea and were compromised. As a result, he argued that it was necessary to imprison them and impose martial law. You may be familiar with martial law, where the military and police take control of the streets, suspending civilian government operations. An emergency was even declared. At one point, it appeared as though this coup was on the brink of succeeding. The military had been deployed to South Korea's parliament, and everything seemed in place for the president's plan. However, at the last moment, members of parliament, some even breaking windows to get inside, managed to pass a motion rejecting the president's declaration of martial law. This decisive action effectively halted the coup. For any coup to succeed, the military must be fully aligned with the president or the generals leading it. In South Korea's case, some military officers supported the coup, while others started to question whether it was the right course of action. This hesitation weakened the plan. Civil activists and citizens then took to the streets to protest, and miraculously, South Korea was able to prevent a military takeover. Although martial law has been lifted in South Korea, political tensions remain elevated. The current president, who previously sought to undermine the nation's democracy, remains in office. Ongoing discussions about his impeachment continue, and several members of his cabinet have offered to resign, apologizing for their unsuccessful coup attempt. However, the situation is intensifying. Will he step down or will he hold on to power? If he does, what will unfold next? The US Embassy has also sent out an emergency alert recommending increased awareness as the situation remains unstable. Similarly, the Chinese Embassy has issued warnings to its citizens, emphasizing the need for caution due to ongoing instability. If you're wondering why these precautions are still necessary despite the restoration of democracy, it's because of South Korea's fragile political environment. The country is still led by a president who attempted to impose martial law unilaterally without consulting other politicians or the public. South Korea's political history has been marked by instability. Although often regarded as a model democracy, a deeper look reveals a more complex reality. The country's first president, Syngman was forced to step down amid corruption allegations and widespread protest before his term ended. His successor, Yoon Bo-seon, was ousted by the military. Other presidents have encountered assassinations, military coups, corruption scandals, and even death sentences. This turbulent history helps explain why nations like the American and China continue to warn their citizens about the potential for sudden unrest in South Korea. Even more recent leaders, such as Park Geun-hye, have been impeached and removed from office. While South Korea's democracy has demonstrated resilience, it has faced ongoing challenges, leaving the current political situation unknown. From 2013 to 2016, South Korea was led by a president who was later impeached due to widespread corruption. This led to a 24-year prison sentence, and they remain incarcerated to this day. South Korea's political history is marked by numerous instances where the military has overthrown elected governments, presidents have been assassinated, or opposition parties have sent former leaders to prison for long periods. These occurrences have been disturbingly frequent in the country's political landscape.